Without the Constitution, I would not be able to freely express myself. I wouldn't be able to complain about not making as much as I want for the work I do or any of those things, because in another country I could work 3 times as hard and make a banana.
Because I have this horrible habit of being very honest, and I like my freedom of speech.
Well, I like the 19th Amendment because it gave me the right to vote.
Clearly, we've made a lot of amendments to the Constitution, so it wasn't perfect when they first made it.
That it set a guideline for our rights, but it didn't list out all of them, so it gave room for interpretation.
You can be gay now and get married. You can be black and get scholarships.
I think it's good because our society is constantly advancing, so our laws need to too.
We set down these ground rules at the very start of our nation, and it's helped bring us to where we are today as a world power. But if we detract from them, if we move away from these really basic principles, then we're going to be lost.
Many kids in our generation don't follow politics, don't care about anything.
I've been cynical before. I've definitely been cynical.
If somebody's not pleased, they're just either gonna protest or they're not gonna care at all. And our attitude with as many things that will satiate you, we have alcohol, video games. We're in an attitude we don't care.
People are so absorbed with like the media being just so superficial, just thinking about like Britney Spears and all these little pop stars and just, random stuff that's not really relevant to the real state of the world.
Kind of sad that no one cares anymore because basically the people in the past worked for nothing.
We're not taught the Constitution, and from that aspect, it's because of our civics classes. All the teachers in there, all they are football coaches. You go to any high school, it's usually a coach. All they're going to teach about is football and what's coming up the next Friday night. And basically the students just nap. They don't learn anything about the Constitution, and they don't care when they get out of high school about any of their fundamental rights.
I think that we actually do understand what's going on, and we just are so disenfranchised by what the older generations do that we don't feel compelled to act, because we really don't feel that we can do anything.
There's also kind of a little cynicism about the significance of a document that's not being followed by some of our highest officials and people of power. So.
There is hope, but it's going to take quite a while. I don't expect my generation to make any difference at this moment.
I think our generation has discovered the value of the Constitution.
People tend to be very passionate about politics, but only the politics that refer directly to them.
I don't see any spark. We're all just laying back on our computers, doing homework and studying, trying to make money.
My problem with that assessment is I think our generation knows. I just think our generation hasn't gotten a chance.
A lot of people don't go back to the original Constitution and check out and say, hey, wait a minute, is what we're saying actually in the Constitution? Or is there something in the Constitution that can solve this issue right now? Why are we even debating about it?
And I want to be at least one person who can say that they still believe in the Constitution and everyone's rights.